Hey everyone, it is Velvet. Welcome back to more Persona 3 FES. Almost forgot the name of the game I was playing. That's not good. In the last one, we went up the Tziah block and fought the Hell Knights. And in this one, hopefully we are going to finish the block. So let's jump all the way up to floor 146 and see what we can do with our team of Akiko, Ken, and Yukari. And, hopefully not die. No promises. Never any promises. Man, hopefully my party members don't get tired before before I make it up there. That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? Because then all plans will be destroyed. But either way, you know how it goes. You know it's me talking about research time, so... Before I jump into this, know that I'm pulling very heavily from the list of other media here on the relevant section of the Megami Tensei wiki, which segues into what I'm talking about. Different media, both canonical and non-canonical, for Persona 3. I'll start strong here and talk about the most well-known and important, and then shift into the less important ones later, which is bad writing practice. You usually want to end strong, but it's fine. This is mostly to ensure I have enough time to talk about the things I find most interesting. Most people are aware of the other version of Persona 3 that many people argue as the definitive one, Persona 3 Portable, which I won't weigh in on that argument. I'm playing FES because it's the version that I have, and I haven't actually played Portable, so I have no opinion on this. That said, I have heard that Portable is much more newcomer-friendly, simply by virtue of being able to control your party members in battle, for example, as well as just borrowing other quality of life improvements from Persona 4, like skill cards and the like. And fun fact, which I'm sure you already know if you're watching this, it's going to be more easily available in January 2023, very soon as of recording this narration. So if you're curious about it, and the port turns out to be good, I highly recommend picking it up. I probably will as well. I want to play it myself, and if you haven't played Persona 3, then, as said, that's generally agreed to be the easier version to start with. Other than the quality of life changes in Portable, it's most notable for the story being told in a more visual novel format due to the limitations of the PSP, and for having the choice of playing as a female protagonist, affectionately referred to fans as either Minako, which is Minato, but with the ko suffix, which usually denotes a feminine name, or Hamuko. And from what I know, playing as the female protagonist is essentially a different game, with many scenes playing out differently and different dialogue choices in different places, as well as her having some completely different social links with new characters, and, thank God, allowing you to platonically finish the romantic links if you so desire. It does lack the added epilogue known as the answer, however, that FES has. So if that's important to you, then FES is the better choice. Some people don't like the answer, so your mileage may vary on that. I'm not going to tell you what to think. I mostly enjoyed it. It's a hard play, though. And what Portable has in place of the answer is Vision Quest, which has the same, area that it takes place in, but it gives you additional battle challenges to try out, including an extra ultimate boss fight. Another more well-known piece of media is the movie adaptations, which I've talked about before, and I talked about the first one in depth, so I won't do much of that here. However, since I probably won't talk about the other three movies in depth, I may, depending on how things shake out, but I probably won't, so I want to point out something else that I thought was interesting, in that in the second movie, Makoto gets a sort of a piece of Junpei's character arc, in that Makoto, finding his reason to live, starts to find all of his meaning in hunting down the full moon shadows. So he actively starts to avoid killing them and instead just tries to protect his friends and keep them alive in an attempt to prolong this sense of being because he doesn't want to go back to just his listless existence. But this backfires because his indecisiveness becomes one of the multiple components that leads to Shinji's death in the movie. And there's a genuine argument to be made that in the movie, if he put his all into taking out strength and fortune, they may have made it in time to save him. There's also the dancing game, Dancing in Moonlight, which is paired with the Persona 5 dancing game, Dancing in Starlight, and it exists following the success of the Persona 4 dancing game, Dancing All Night. But unlike Dancing All Night, this game sort of has a go-nowhere story, which is effectively non-canonical. Like Persona Q, you can argue that it is. Unlike Persona Q, it doesn't really have any other implications besides that, and the plot is just Elizabeth and the twins from Persona 5 trying to compete to see whose guest is the best. It's a cute little game, and if you like rhythm games, give it a shot, but if you're looking for more substantial, maybe that's not the one for you. I do love seeing the Persona 3 cast with HD models, however. The last of the most well-known of these materials is the manga adaptation, which I confess I have not read a lot of, which is something to remedy, just like my experience for everything following this is also quite limited. So this research is, surprise surprise, for my benefit as well as yours, because I do love Persona 3 dearly and I want to get my grabby hands on more things related to it. But the manga is where one of the two accepted names from the protagonist comes from, Minato Arisato. And from what I've seen, he has a different characterization than the movie or the Persona Q games. He's still a passive person who largely lets things happen to him, but he's much less obviously apathetic from what I've seen and is on closer terms with the other characters. He's still got some signs of being just a depressed bastard, such as him being low energy and having weird eating habits, but all in all, it seems to be a much brighter depiction of the character, which is nice, and I look forward to reading it myself. Now for the lesser-known things, such as the mobile games, which, of course, I've already talked about one of them, I Guess the First Mission, because I thought it was very special and I love I Guess a lot, but there are many more. For example, Persona 3 The Night, which actually isn't a mobile game, I lied, it was a web-based game, and there's also remarkable little information known about it. I couldn't find any videos about it, and there's precious few screenshots, even searching for it in Japanese, that I could find at least. Almost everything I found is on Megami Tensei's wiki. But it was a game that took place, as the title implies, the night before Persona 3, where you, the player, have to explore Tartarus using a limited range of personas, which is decided through a personality test at the start of the game, apparently. And it went on for 2 years and discontinued in February 2008, leading into a new game with a very similar concept called Persona Ein Soul, which was largely the same, except instead of Tartarus, you explored a world called Qliphoth. In both of the games, your playtime is also limited to about an hour a day, after which you needed to wait until the next day to continue. Ein Soul discontinued in June of 2010. Then there is Persona 3 Social, which is a mobile game, which also has precious little information about it, but apparently it was a game in which you could just play as a generic Gakukan student, male or female, who awakens to a persona. And as the name implies, social, there's multiplayer components. You could apparently team up with other players to combat shadows and complete quests. And judging by the few screenshots, there also seemed to be a gacha element. How this would have worked, I'm not sure, but presumably the personas you use may have been summoned by either using in-game currency or real currency, considering its release date, 2010, which is a similar time to larger gachas like Love Live taking off, so that would have been possible at this point. You may have used those currencies in order to gamble and summon new personas. And there was also an article on Siliconera which says that Atlas did plan on monetizing it. But there's not enough information to make a sort of judgment there. This is just my speculation. So, next up, back in the Flash era where there was a popular genre of game which had you solving puzzles to escape from small-scale environments, aka escape rooms. And remember the Lovers Arcana boss fight where the MC and Yukari are spirited away in the Love Hotel together? Well, what if I told you there was an escape room style mobile game for that scene? Because there was, fittingly called Persona 3 Escape, and there's actually footage of this one. The same guy that did a Let's Play of I Guess the First Mission did a Let's Play of this one as well. It's a short 30-minute game, and largely what happens in the game is you just use different personas you have on different objects in order to solve puzzles and unlock new personas to use on different objects, eventually freeing yourself from the room in the Love Hotel. And while there isn't any translation of it I can find, I will still link the video in the description for anyone who's interested in it. It's not terribly sophisticated, but it's kind of neat. Another mobile game that actually appears like it was pretty fleshed out is Persona 3 EM, or M, which there's a lot of information for, but no videos I could find, unfortunately. It was a game which took place during the Yakushima trip, and is apparently supposed to play somewhat similarly to Persona 3 proper, in that it has social elements and dungeon crawling, and during one half of the game, you can navigate through dialogue and level up your relationships with your party members, which include the members of the party you would have had at Yakushima. So basically everyone but Shinji and Ken, I believe. During specific points designated as free time, you could also choose which party members to hang out with and do social link stuff with and raise your relationship with, of any of your party members. And they'll all give you different items for doing so. Otherwise, the plot has you exploring a phenomena similar to the Dark Hour called the Nightmare Hour, which occurs when the cast is asleep. And they are then tasked to explore a dungeon called Oneros, which is 80 floors and has alternative versions of the party's personas as its bosses, and these personas manifest in similar ways to the shadow selves of Persona 4, that they represent feelings from the user that they either do not understand or do not accept. All in all, the game looks pretty neat, and it's a shame it's largely lost media. I would have liked to play it. There's also just a handful of games based off of other games. Like there's Persona 3 Illust Puzzle, like Illustration Puzzle, which is a Picross style game. There's a Breakout style game called Persona 3 Broken Shadow, a game called Megami Tensei QIX, which is based off of an old puzzle game called QIX. And lastly, a matching game like Bejeweled, or I almost said Dr. Mario, but not quite. Bejeweled's the better comparison. But it's called Megami Tensei Chaining Soul. They really just threw everything at the wall here, following the success of Persona 3 to see what would stick. And nothing really did, considering none of this was noteworthy enough to even properly archive. But I still respect the effort. It's neat to look back on. Persona 3 also, of all things, has multiple different stage play musical adaptations under the name Persona 3 The Weird Masquerade, which is broken into two versions, one for both the male and female protagonists, each with 5 acts. Oh, and the protagonists are named Kotona Shiomi and Sakuya Shiomi, depending on which version you're watching. And each of the 5 acts covers a different section of the game. There's Ao no Kakuse, Gunjo no Meikyu, Soen no Kesho, Ai no Seiyaku, and Keikiku no Kanate. All of the plays have CD releases, so in theory, the plays are all out there and watchable, but in practice, I've only ever found a couple circulating online available to watch, but not the full set. So if you have more information on this, I would love to have it. I think it would be super fun to watch the plays in a non-fragmented format. Alternatively, I could just buy them, but that's hard, and it also doesn't come with subtitles. There's also a massive list of drama CDs that have both comical stories as well as unique, important lore introduced in them. I've only listened to a couple of them myself, particularly the one which riffs on the idea of the protagonist two-timing multiple girls and has him confronted by the C's girls in sequence as they all grill him about cheating on them, only for Gigas to go, you know what, this is causing too much problems, and kill him, in which he wakes up from a dream in a panic about it, then getting a phone call and just panicking because similar scenario to the dream. There's many more of them, though, to the point where it'd be pretty impossible to adequately list and synopsize them all. But if you have finished Persona 3, and I stress, you want to have finished Persona 3 because there are spoilers in there, I recommend searching them out and giving them a listen to the ones that you can find. There's some pretty good stuff in there. And one of them even introduces a character that's more known for her appearance in Persona 4 Arena, but it introduced her before that game came out, as far as I'm aware. The last thing I think I'll talk about for now is a series of novels based off of Persona 3 that expand on it somewhat, of which the wiki lists 4, and I'll talk about them in the order being listed. There's Shadow Cry, which is a novel that focuses on Tziah and details one of the revenge requests that they take on and their encounter with another Persona user that has their unique set of circumstances, named Izumi. There's Owari no Kakera, which focuses on Akihiko 1 month prior to the game and introduces a character named Aya, who is a year his senior and also has the potential. There's Alternative Heart, which does not have a good summary listed that I found anywhere, but apparently leads into Trinity Soul if the wiki is to be believed. And lastly, Velvet Blue, which focuses on Elizabeth, as well as the female protagonist's relationship with the other inhabitants of the Velvet Room. All in all, there's a veritable treasure trove of content out there for Persona 3, and even excluding the mobile games that just aren't playable anymore. And I think if you're looking to experience a lot of it, you have a good selection of choices. Granted, a lot of them are limited by the language barriers. I'm not going to say there's no translations for the books or the drama CDs or the plays. There are certainly some out there, but they may be hard to find. But if you can find them, I do think they're definitely worth it and definitely a lot of fun. I sense one shadow near the middle of the floor. It's very strong, so please be careful. Of course. I am surprised we got here in one piece with both Akihiko and Ken still in the action. I actually thought for sure that one of them would get tired, but they did not. So let's go back and we shall save, and well, we'll see how it goes. Whew. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I know you can win, but be careful. I would very much like to.
Its arcana is strength. This won't be easy.
No, it won't. This is the Mythical Gigas. It is strong against slash, repels strike, and nulls pierce. So physical damage is basically a no-go. And even if you use slash, it has high counter. And it's like a boosted high counter with like a 50% chance of countering, so like just don't. It also has power charge and pretty hefty physical attacks, so you want to be careful there. And it also has Miragi Dyne. I'm gonna hit it. Well, first I should set my tactics. Yukari and Agiko, you are on support. Agiko's debuffs will definitely come in handy. And then I'm gonna hit it with Amatarunda for now. Yeah, and a Secunda. That'll definitely help, so it'll be doing less damage and hopefully will miss. And now that it's scanned, Yukari, Ken, and Akiko will now all know to attack it with magical attacks. Power charge, damn. Ooh, even those aren't doing a whole lot of damage. What do we got here? Marakunda. I have a Rakukaja, but it's not Ma, so... Definitely don't want critical hit up. It also drains fire. Forgot to mention that. Because it will be the only one benefiting from critical hits. I guess if we want to be doing damage, we have to go to Black Frost for now, because hitting it with Arakunda will be helpful as well. So now, hopefully we'll be dealing still not a lot of damage. Alright, let's see how much damage that does. We are alive, and that was after a power charge.
I'm worried about Akihiko-senpai.
And that was after a power charge, so that's not as bad as it could be. We'll just have to make sure we're in good health when we do. Okay, you have Mediarama now. I wasn't sure. We just have to make sure we're in good health whenever he power charges. That's shitty. That actually might kill us.
Defense weakened. Please be careful.
I would love to. I'm also worried about his Miragi Dyne that I know he has. It should do much less damage because his magic stat is lower, but I'm still worried about it as a tier 3 magic attack. Uh-oh.
Watch this.
Uh-oh.
Please help me.
I almost want to put up a physical mirror. It'll reflect back at him and he might counter it back, but, well, we'll see how it shakes down. I don't know how countering counters works.
Help me.
I just don't want to get smoked out in one Deathbound, you know? I mean, he did the smart option, using the power charge on the attack that he nulls. What are we at in terms of just attack and defense down? Okay, let's get his defense down then. Okay, so now Ken is in danger for his next Deathbound, but the rest of us are okay.
Beat it.
Okay, yeah, Miragi Dyne isn't that bad.
Up here.
It shouldn't be, his magic stat is pretty low, but it's still, again, as I said earlier, as a tier 3 attack, it's still intimidating, you know?
Don't overdo it.
Okay, I'm pretty confident in our odds of success now. We just gotta be careful of his power charge is all, and hope he doesn't come around to it on a turn that we all have. He dealt damage to himself there. But yeah, just hope it doesn't come around to it on a turn. Nice. I want to see if I can get a critical. Yeah, no. That's what I expected. But I do know that that status ailment does increase critical hit odds, so I had to try. Yeah, we just gotta make sure our defense hasn't been lowered and that his attack is lowered when it comes around to him power charging. Gonna give it another shot. Yeah! Won the 50-50. Of course I'm all out attacking. Are you serious? Why would I not? And it does like 3 damage. There are bosses in the series that are resistant to almighty attacks, so sometimes all-out attacks do like 3 damage, and it's so unsatisfying every time it happens. I forget if there are any in this game. We might have encountered them already. I don't know for sure. I just know that they exist, and again, it's the most unsatisfying thing on the planet.
Please be careful.
Yeah, I know. We'll be okay for now. We'll see what his next move is. If it's a power charge, I'll use my remaining attack mirror and just safeguard myself. But if he just attacks, yeah, we have another turn to address it. Oh crap! Thank you, Ken. Wonderful voice line you have there. Who are you? Oh, yourself. I'm like, we're all in good health. What are you doing? That's fine. That's fine. It wasn't power charged. Not concerned about it.
Please be careful.
That's fine. Don't worry about it, Fuka. We've got this. Yeah, we're like pretty cozy here.
Hang in
there. Did Akihiko counter it? Thank you, Aki. Very cool. Defense reverted. That's good. And what are you gonna do? You're probably gonna Turunda. And you will, you'll heal. Ken might heal as well. Or he might Zionga. Or he might die. I failed to consider that possibility. What's turn order? Yukari? Okay, yeah, we can revive him with just a revival bead, that's fine. Hopefully Yukari will Medea Rama and put us all in good spots. What? It's because I'm not in a bad spot, isn't it?
Please help me.
Do I go for it? Yeah. I think I go for it. I might regret this. It's fine. It's for the content, you know. I thought you were gonna heal, Akiko. You've basically doomed either yourself or Ken to death, depending on who he heals. You better count. Oh, never mind. He chose to go for the single target attack. Okay. And not even on the person that was low. He probably saw Akiko counter his Deathbound earlier and went, fuck that, I'm not getting involved with that, and then chose to target the healer instead. Which, like, if this was, like, that's not a bad strategy. Targeting the healer is what you need to do in most games. But unfortunately, the healer was not ready to die, so it served you poorly. Here's the thing. Targeting the healer is the correct choice in most scenarios. But when something is ready to kill you, you take care of that thing first. The healer, killing the healer isn't going to save you from dying. It's just going to make it easier to kill the other thing killing you. But if the thing killing you can kill you faster than you can kill the healer, then it doesn't matter. Wand of King, 3,000 experience. We don't level up, but Quetzalcoatl does. Oh, Quetzalcoatl probably has like an experience share skill. That's what growth is, I think. And none of our party members level up from that. But we do get magic mirrors and a soma. So that's certainly helpful. Let's run and get our document, shall we? We're not going to be able to turn that request in right away because we have other things to get. But still worth getting at the moment, because we'll just go and get those other things and then accept the document request like right away. And then hell yeah, brother. This area doesn't have many enemies either. That's fine. Not concerned about the enemies. There aren't many enemies there either. Cool. And here we are. That seems to be the top, but there's nothing there. An old document 7. There sure is nothing here. And nothing to examine either. It seems we've reached the top of Tartarus. Was expecting more fanfare than that, but, you know, not everything's gotta be climactic. Sometimes the end is just the end. That's not what I wanted to check. I wanted to check old document 7. I've heard it all. The plan is evil, but there's hope. If people could control the shadows inside of them. Interesting. Let's return. And let's go and hunt for our request items. So we need to find... What do we need to find? Let's double check that. We need two... We have one of these already, so we just need to find red glow shadows. And then we need to find Wondrous Magi on floors one in the 150s. Okay. I don't particularly feel like doing my whole grinding rigmarole, so I'm just going to remove people from my party, and then whoever are my lowest level party members are, which will probably be the 3, yeah, the 3 I didn't bring at all today. Then I'll bring those, but can we just check through Fuka? Yes, we can. Who are our lowest levels? I guess it's 41. Mitsuru is 38, so 38, 41. 38 and 41. So I guess Mitsuru and yeah, the 3 I didn't bring are the ones. So we'll bring them while hunting for the items, just to give them some experience. I don't know if it'll put them into a good enough position, but we will see how it goes. It's a shame I haven't been able to bring Igus to many battles, because I really do want her usable. I definitely want to bring her to the final boss, no matter what. So if it reaches a point where I have to grind Igus, then so be it. But I will burn that bridge when I get there. Oh, there they are. That took a little bit. What are you guys weak to, perchance? Not strike, but it killed it anyhow. I'm gonna kill it before I learn its weakness, aren't I? I was expecting Mitsuru to mod and Karin on it to complete the meme. And we got gold rings from both of them, so I just need to find them one more time. But yeah, I was expecting Mitsuru to mod and Karin to fulfill the meme and give me just one more turn to give me enough time to actually, like, fully scan them. But, I guess not. Are you also going to be Wondrous Magus? No. Man, these guys really like to just hide on you. Let's see if we can kill them again before Fuka finishes her scan. Well, it depends on Igus's Swift Strike here. Probably not. I think we'll be... Man, you chose the wrong person to Bufudine. So they're weak to fire, which makes sense. They just used Bufudine. Uh-oh, by Koromaru. Yep. Oh shit, and the homunculus sacrificed itself for me, so I'm out of homunculi. Which means that, what's my... Yeah, this one has Agilao. Which means that, instant kill moves are gonna be incredibly terrifying for me. Let's just... Yeah, there we go. We'll knock them down, and we'll kill this one. We won't all-out attack, because we want to bring Koromaru back. But, there we go. Now, anyone else can finish it off. And we got our last required gold ring. Very nice. Now we just need to look for red shadows and gold chests, actually, for the katana that can be found. Fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, that's not bad. I was terrified. It's weak to electricity, right? Yeah, it's a tank. Of course it is. I only have... Who do I have that has electric? I guess I should look in the actual... It's Saki Mitama. Okay, Oh, I'm terrified after that start. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll kill this tank and get our red shell, and then all we need is the sword, which I think is either on floor 150 or 156. I need to go into those floors and then find a golden chest by complete chance, because it's rare as hell. Oh, this is gonna suck. Alternatively, I can wait until level 8 cards show up, and I think you can get it from a level 8 weapon card. But, I want to get it out of the way now. You know how it be. But either way, we're gonna go and turn these requests in if this thing gives me the shell that I want. Which it did. Alright, cool. Let's go and turn our requests in. Well, we'll go to floor 156 first, and then we'll go and turn in requests. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. I see you brought 3 gold rings, as I asked. Thank you. The Wondrous Magus is a tough foe, is it not? And yet, You still have managed to fulfill my request. It wasn't that tough. What are you talking about? Easy. As my master says, it seems you have unlimited potential. Please accept your reward of 340,000 yen. We're almost millionaires, which is less impressive in yen as it is in dollars. But even so, we're almost there. I see you brought 2 red armor plates as I requested. Thank you. To defeat shadows carrying this type of item must have been difficult. Intimidating, yes, not difficult. By the way, occasionally you may encounter shadows that resemble things in your world. Be aware that they may share other similarities beyond their appearance. Like a tank can shoot tank bullets. Yes, I understand. Please accept your reward of spirit bracers. Yes, I am going to accept the Otenta request, and then hopefully I can get this before day breaks. It's 3 a.m. now, so I have like 4 hours. Maybe more, because winter's approaching, you know. Gold medals. Yeah, there's one more block. 7th old document. There we go. And I don't think there's anything else I can do at the moment. It seems you retrieved the 7th old document from the highest region of Tziah. That means you finished exploring the 4th block of Tartarus. However, I feel your greatest challenge is yet to come. My master and I have watched your growth with great delight. I hope you will be alright. Please accept your reward. Which is a Soma. No, that will be all for now. I don't care what Vosky has, I'm just gonna register them all. There we go. Alright, time to track down that gosh dang sword.
There are 3 of them. Oh no!
Are you kidding me? I gotta track down these items again because I didn't save. I'm pretty sure I saved after the... Oh, I better have saved after the boss fight. If I didn't, I'm not recording anymore. I'm putting this on the shelf for another day. Well, we fixed the damage caused by the game over, but I've been here for yet another hour and haven't found the sword yet, so either I'll try again later, or I'll just wait for the rank 8 shuffle times to come along and get it then. It's not that big of a deal. Either way, that will be all for now. Thank you so very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. And the next one, exams probably. That'll be fun. Subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Outro.